and welcome to Nagaland TV. You are watching Nltv News Now. I'll read the headlines for you now. Tremors felt across northeastern states of India on Thursday night at 11:58 p.m. A 5.5 magnitude earthquake jolted Myanmar and surrounding areas. At the same time, another earthquake with a magnitude of 6.1 jolted Tokyo and surrounding areas. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu was on a one-day visit to Nagaland. During his visit, he stressed on maintaining peace, says this would mean acceleration of development in Nagaland, and claimed that peace was essential for progress. Nobel Prize in Literature awarded to Abdul Razak Gurnah. He was awarded for his uncompromising and compassionate penetration of the effects of colonialism and the fate of the refugee in the gulf between cultures and continents. Centre on Thursday announced it will begin issuing visas from 15th of October, although tourists will be allowed entry into India only in chartered flights for a month. Foreign tourists entering India by flight other than chartered aircraft would be able to do so only from 15th November on fresh tourist visas. Delhi Capitals Chennai Super Kings Royal Challengers Bangalore in IPL playoffs. KKR are all but certain to finish as the fourth and move to the playoffs. Mumbai Indians have near impossible task, will meet Sunrisers Hyderabad. Delhi Capitals to face RCB to end the league today. Reading to you the news in details now. Massive tremors felt across northeastern states of India on Friday night at 11:58 p.m. as a 5.5 magnitude earthquake jolted Myanmar and surrounding areas. The epicenter of the quake was located at 144 kilometers west-northwest of Burma. No casualties or loss of property. No casualties have been reported so far. Further details are awaited. Furthermore, several earthquakes have been reported across the globe on Friday. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu was on a one-day visit to Nagaland. During his visit, he spoke at the virtual launch of ITNC Directorate Building and Ministers Residential Complex at Kohima and Government High Schools building at different places across the state from Rondaron Hall Police Complex to Mukadima. He stressed on the fact that maintaining peace would mean acceleration of development in Nagaland. He also claimed that peace was essential for progress and urged everyone to work together in this regard. Naidu further went on to say that no one should challenge the might of Government of India, while claiming that government was committed to the safety and security of the citizens. He said issues like interstate border disputes could always be discussed to resolve them. He acknowledged Chief Minister Nephew Rio and his cabinet colleagues for the initiative to resolving the Naga political issue and expressed satisfaction at the progress of peace talks. Nobel Prize in Literature was awarded to Abdul Razak Gurnah on Thursday. He was awarded for his uncompromising and compassionate penetration of the effects of colonialism and the fate of the refugees in the gulf between cultures and continents. He is the first African to win the most prestigious award in the world literature. Gurnah was born in Zanzibar, but he currently lives in Britain. He left Zanzibar at the age of 18 as a refugee after a violent 1964 uprising in which soldiers overthrew the country's government. Some of Gurnah's novels include Paradise, Memory of Departure, Admiring Silence, Dirty Pilgrim's Way, etc. Giving you the COVID updates of the country, India reported 21,257 fresh COVID-19 cases with 318 deaths in the last 24 hours. India's recovery rate now stands at 97.96%. A total of 24,963 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, which brings the total recoveries to 3,32,25,221 across the country, with 2,40,221 active cases. Meanwhile, Nagaland's total tally stands at 31,421 with 29,432 recoveries. A strong earthquake with a magnitude of 6.1 jolted Tokyo and surrounding areas late on Thursday, stopping train lines and causing sporadic power cuts. But there were no reports of major damage. The tremor at 10:41 p.m. 1341 GMT registered strong 5 on Japan's intensity scale, a level that could cause some damage to buildings and power cuts. The Japan Meteorological Agency said the quake had an epicenter in Chiba Prefecture to the east of capital Tokyo. There was no damage of a tsunami from the quake, NHK said. The government set up an emergency response task force. Sarita Moore defeated Sweden's Joanna Ledborg 8-2 to bag the bronze medal in the 59 kg category at the World Wrestling Championship on Thursday. She becomes the 6th Indian women wrestler to win a bronze medal at the World Championships. It was India's second medal of this edition of the World Championship, as Anshu Malik won silver in the 57 category. The 20-year-old put up a brave show but lost to two-time Olympic medalist Helen Morales of the US in the final. Sarita stunned the Swede with an early 4-pointer and added 2 more points to her tally with a quick takedown. The reigning Asian champion took a commanding 6-0 lead by the break and pulled off another breathtaking move to race a 8-0 lead. A fire broke out at a clothing godown located in Harikesh Nagar of New Delhi on Friday morning. The department said a call was received about the fire at around 4 a.m. and about 18 fire tenders rushed to the spot. According to reports, the fire department is still trying to control the fire. Furthermore, no casualties have been reported so far. The cause of the fire is being ascertained. Further details awaited. The centre on Thursday announced it will begin issuing visas from 15th of October. Although tourists will be allowed entry into India only in chartered flights for a month. India suspended tourist visas in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic last year. According to reports, foreign tourists entering India by flight other than chartered aircraft will be able to do so only from 15th of November on fresh tourist visas. All due protocols and norms relating to COVID-19 as notified by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare to be adhered by the foreign tourist. Tourism Secretary Arvind Singh said, "We are planning for a phase-wise reopening of tourist visas for various countries, but it all depends on how things pan on for the first month." Top Chinese and US diplomats held talks to enhancing mutual understanding in Zurich on Thursday. According to the reports, the two sides agreed to take action following the spirit of the phone call between Chinese and US heads of state to strengthen strategic communication and properly manage differences. The two countries agreed to avoid confrontation and conflict, seek mutual benefit and win-win result, and work together to bringing China-US relations back on the right path of sound and steady development. On the last day of the Indian Premier League stage of the ongoing session, the Board of Control for Cricket in India has agreed to a request from official broadcaster Star India. Instead of one afternoon match and one evening match, two matches will be held at the same time in the evening at two venues. SRH versus MI and RCB versus DC will be played simultaneously at 7:30 p.m. IST. BCCI will take feedback from Star after the two games about the TRP generated, as the board is planning to have two new IPL teams next year. This could help it to conduct more games in fewer days. BCCI also will decide if such norm can be continued ahead in the future. NDPP announces candidature for bypolls that is going to take place for the vacant 58 Shamator Shishore constituency. In a ticket ceremony that took place in NDPP headquarters in Dimapur today, S. Kyoshu Yimkwing has been named as a candidate of United Democratic Alliance as NPF and BJP supported his candidature. NDPP Working President Altemshi Jamir and President Shiwang Konyak were present during the ceremony. From BJP State Vice President Hurul Jeliang and Senior Vice President of NPF Puasazo Luruo were among those who were present.
Ami ticket ba basodi bishi khushi ase aro eto khushi tu koi dibole mon ase. Eto state government luigena Amakan YDC official kan led by President aro state government logodi aman laga Chief Minister Serbra Lugena Kiman party worker kan takise aro 50 Shamodor Chisor constituency di Kiman jun ending candidate takise sob understanding ekta mon milagena by election ase exal garni ase idobra state government member aro isobra kunhi amakan chujun majodi Later Gurbole Isor Laka will kun ase itugehi Exal Garni lead Gurbole Dibote, Goyana Amakan, State Government Logodi, Cooperate Kurigana, YDC Logodi, Cooperate Kurigana, Amakan candidate Chejun Bravi, Hat Milagana, Patana Lugana, Isor Logodi, Rakidishe, Aji, NDTV Party Laga Tiketo, Amar Logobashe, Abi Isor Logobishi, thanks to Logodi Aman Laga Chief Minister, Aro Party President Sir Jongwang Konyak sob ke bishi khushi kotha to jonai ase
apni la manon nimire palgam dugina gure jawle bhabe
ami laga manu karni palgam grubole to ami bishi long dream ekta thakise hole bi etia to exal li ase by election hoa karni chinaga constituency di vegan thaki gena jabole na bara karni state government bra tadi isebra declaration gra national election declare kurse tadi excel garne ami excel bhitor di ami ki kam grubo paribo korben logoti milai gena party logoti milai gena takut di gena ki bare rat din kuri jabo ko gena bhavana ase.
National Socialist Council of Nagaland and Government of the People's Republic of Nagaland under the leadership of General Niki Sumi and Ino Starson Lamkan Naga met the interlocutor for Naga peace talks AK Mishra in Delhi. Releasing the press statement, NSC and GPRN said that they have conveyed the message to interlocutor that they are committed to the peace and Naga peace talks. Also during the meeting, they apprised the interlocutor about the revived ceasefire agreement with the Government of India. They further reiterated their stand that NSC and GPRN, being a separate entity, would go by the aspirations and wishes of the Naga people and would not impede the Naga peace solution as long as it is the Naga people's desire for inclusive and amicable political solution. Furthermore, NSC and GPRN affirms that the Naga people's wishes and aspirations will be guiding principle and objective. Varun Gandhi and his mother Menaka Gandhi names have been dropped from the fresh list of the 80-member BJP National Executive after he condemned the events in UP's Lakhimpur Kheri. The party bruised off the action, calling it a routine exercise. Varun Gandhi is the only BJP leader to flag the issue of BJP under Union Minister Ajay Mishra's son Ashish Mishra. Varun Gandhi on Tuesday tweeted a video of a black SUV running through a group of peaceful protesters from behind on Wednesday. Varun Gandhi tweeted accountability for the innocent blood of farmers, saying that justice must be delivered. Both Ajay Mishra and his son have denied presence at the spot but admits that the SUV belongs to his family. No-entry boards have filled up marketplaces in and around Dimapur district. The boards were placed even before the pandemic started, and with time the entry sign boards have been increasing. No-entry sign boards have been placed in market areas between New Market, Bhattacharya and Hong Kong Market, and this in turn has created problem for the shopkeepers. For more details into this, Nagaland TV went to Hong Kong Market today and took ground report. The shopkeepers expressed their grievances on camera and stated the problem pertaining the issue. The main grieving issue is the poor customer turnout with an increase in no-entry order. They are also facing problem in transporting the goods from one end to another. Furthermore, the shopkeepers have requested the concerned authorities for some relaxation in the traffic regulation and to open some blockades.
আজি মন আহিনে থাকে তো এতে হংকং মার্কেটতে আহিনে আছে তো ইয়াতে ইটো কেস লবলা হেতু মহানটো ইটো আজিলা খবৰটো নো এন্ট্ৰি সব জায়গাতে আজিকালি ইয়াতে চাইছিল ইটো হংকং মার্কেট এরিয়া নিউ মার্কেট এরিয়া আৰু ইটো বাটাচাৰ্লি ইটো লাইন খানতে সব নো এন্ট্ৰি হৈছে এইটো কাৰণে ইয়াতে দোকান মালিক খান দোকান কুৰাহান কি দুখ ফেস কৰাছে ইটো হুদিবলৈ আহে তো তাহান বি কইনা আছে ইয়াতে হংকং মার্কেট লাটো ইটো ৰাস্তা ইটা আপনি দেখি আছে ইটো ফানে তো গাড়ী নেবৰাইলেও কোনো হয় নো এন্ট্ৰি থাকিলেও কোনো হয় কোনে মহাঙ্কি কি জানাই দিছে কিলে মানে কাস্টমার হাম বেরাম দিবি টাইম দে গাড়ি হান পাবি লাগি যায় ইনকা কোনি জানাই দিছে
ইফালে 90 টাকা তো ঠিকই আছে মার্কেট ভিতরতে মানুষ বেরাবো পারে হলে বাহার সব পালে ইফালে বি 90 লাগা কিনা আছে তাতে বি 90 তো গলিতে বি 90 সব পালে খালি 90 তো গাড়ি কোন পালে বেরাবো একটা গাড়ি তো ইফালে পরেও পালে যাব না পারে এই তো বাটা চারালিতে বি 90 এফালে এই তো জায়গাতে বি 90 মানুষ স্টেশন পরে যাতে আই কিনা বলে বি 90 এতুই ডিস্টার্ব পায় আছে সব মানুষ এতুই আছে
তো আপনি কি কইতো না
আমি বি তো এইটো এঠাইলা কোৱা হিচাপতে আছে মার্কেট ভিতর লাগাতো ঠিক আছে এইটো তো খোলা থাকিলে মানুহখান দিগদার গাড়ী আহার যাম
AICC in charge Nagaland Dr. Ajoy Kumar today inaugurated the office of the Minority Department at its headquarters at Kohima Congress Bhavan by cutting a ribbon in presence of NPCC President K. Teddy, Working Presidents Bobby Panikar and Crady Tenuo, Gensec Captain G.K. Jimomi and other NPCC officials. The parent body of Naga National Council stated that it would be a mistake of the Government of India if it settles the Naga political issues, leaving aside 3 NNC groups and the original NSCNK group based in Eastern Nagaland, Saigon Division, Burma. Vice President of the NNC parent body, Yongba Yungkwing, in a statement said NSCN-IM and PGS led by Kitovi and recently included NSCNK Nikki groups are the only Naga groups that are taken into account at present. He also added that it will be a big mistake on the part of the Government of India, which claims to stand for an honorable, acceptable and inclusive solution for Nagas. It further stated that if the aforementioned Naga national groups are left out intentionally, then this will never be an honorable, acceptable and inclusive political solution for all the Nagas. Rather, it will be an incomplete one, and the Naga political movement for freedom will continue for some groups to achieve their rightful political freedom as a people and nation. The NNC also questioned state government and Naga NGOs on their statements to stand for Naga reconciliation, unity and inclusive solution. An open volleyball tournament was held on October 7th at 2 p.m. in Government Primary School, Eribil, Dimapur. The event was organized by NCRC Sumi Era Libil Village Youth Department. The chief guest of the event was Vikali Ajimomi, President NDPP Women Organization, addressing the gathering. Vikali stressed on women empowerment and the origin of volleyball. Let's have a look at the report.
Aji team to 9 teams pra mahon logode register koina ase
Dimapur na bahar bhai.
Dimapur be ase aro alag jaga pra bhi ahi kina ase.
তো আপনার ইটো অর্গানাইজ করাটো কিলা ভাবনা আর কি একটা আপনার আইডিয়া একটা আমি কি শেয়ার করি কি কি ভাবিনা আপনার ইটো অর্গানাইজ করছেন
Amandu condition age condition amandu U department rai edo organize korase U department NCRC simi Yeral Bilbar korase aro amala target main motive behind to promote friendship through the sports eto ekta main target ase at some time amandu ekta lockdown rai man time dhiro gina makhala kambi sob bon ho jaise dorna mahan bi ekta fund raise koro gina U department la fund raise koro gina to main itu target pra mahan inika program to host korase.
তো আপনার তো ইটো স্পন্সরশিপ খান তো কোতে কোতে পাই না
aman sponsorship to amala china jana khan church members khan hole to any alak mon ge well wishes khan bra mon ge morom kurigina donors bi mon ge iniga modot koding ase
তো ইটো টুর্নামেন্ট তো রানিং ট্রফি হো না এতে হেলা সুই যাবলা আছে
itu to we even give a thought about that itu to mon first time kuina ase if it goes well definitely we'll try our best to continue hole bi itu la tournament hi sawo kini ase itu bal thakla makan definitely will carry on.
You know, to let everyone of us be in a good health and alive. Because as we all know, we have lost so many of our loved ones. But still then, this is the God's program that He has given us this day to let us have this good program. Today, respected the chairperson, and then I give honor and respect to my colleagues, Srimati Amala Jamir, for accompanying me today. Actually, sub manu bijubo gani, let me speak in Nagames. Ajudo bishi moi gani to bishi duk din bishi busy ase. Early morning uthi gana polai gana itiabi ase, and then till evening talk pe bishi deri talk pe aro dosra program bi ase. Ajudo ami kan gani bahal din ase, apni kan gani bi bahal din ase ko gane du janai dese ko ki gani ami kan ajudo Shamatur Chasuri di consensus and candidate thakise ami khan opposition less party hoi jaise aro ami khan tage candidate ke ticket di gana itia tadibra pathano loi thake na office pra tage ticket di gana ahi gana itia moi direct apni khan lodi ahe ase to apni khan bi ami khan la party laga blessing ekta itu payase itu ruling party la itu NDPP la party la ticket payase ko ni tu janai de ase aro on behalf of all my NDPP workers in Nagaland, as well as from our Chief Minister and our office bearers, I bring greetings to every one of you. Aro sob manupra apni kange takan laganambra dangur salam diase koi diase.
Kunsa gam chubis ogiz lakhitsane ampe o lesheki kino yechikuno Nong no pugo chini ke mo to kulpu ino tsunani bi otsani ba ke odoi. Nyong no pugo age binamo no to kulpu nyong tsumo ye nyong ye kilemo asho ko age bishun chmo. Ige mo ishi atoko de bolo no. Nyong no omlo lazu ko ne. No ne kimyek to tsubze nyong le khen tsano. Nyek pugo hibo huk to shit penge oshkim chane. Aki gibi mi keje evil bagena gam tsuk kumga shul beni. Gazza ga shibe mono. Momo jogo jeli shibe mono. Ak pugo hibo to ke boshi. Aglim kam tsu shokum gats beni ke oshkim chane. Egel begim kam tsu balane ke kumga tsul beni ke noshkim chane. Am pyo jobat akodoshi. Lekyo ibsen yogol kupo batsakena. Al hono lekim gats beni. Lekigni lek buga jeli kam tsula ke kumashit beni oshkim chane. Buga ke ula gel mi ja ke ula kila. Domo ve chubo ve jeli shimna sakehu. O kukup gibi kabesin beni ke. Agle jeli hu toni. Erinye ke buga besu hu toni. O ki gibi gelen yogol ngots beni ke jisa jolana poloblan kwane. Amen. Al hoshe, al hoshe, al hoshe.
This is Gargideka signing off. Keep watching Nagaland TV for more news and updates.